Matt Maran here for another update in the Bullitt. So I know it's been a while. I'm sorry, there just hasn't been anything to talk about, and so I didn't want to just do videos for the sake of doing videos talking about nothing. So I just figured I would do a little update here now that it's finally spring, finally warm enough I can drive here with the windows down. I don't have to worry about temperatures being below 40 degrees for the summer tires here and stuff. And the main thing is I just got an oil change here in the Bullitt, and it's the first oil change I've gotten. Now, I know some people are wondering why I waited so long to do an oil change. The car has 4,305 miles on it now. I planned to wait till 5,000, but just because of my schedule over the next few weeks, I'm not going to have time to do an oil change whenever it's going to actually be at 5,000 miles. I got a bunch of road trips coming up, and so that's why, although the mileage is still a little bit lower than I would like it to be, I have enough road trips lined up here already. Just even if I didn't add anything else, just all the stuff I already have planned for this year should probably put me over 15,000 miles by the end of the driving season this year. So I'm going to be doing a lot of driving, a lot of road trips. Anyway, though, back to the oil change here. So if you're curious to watch the oil change, if you want to see how you do an oil change in a Bullitt, my buddy Pittsburgh Views, I'll include a link to his channel below. He is the one who did the oil change, and huge thanks to him and Moon Township Ford, where he works, for allowing me to come in and watch them do the oil change and hang out while they did that, and for obviously the great service, of course, as well. So they put I'm doing everything by the book with this vehicle. So any questions you have about what am I doing to my Bullitt maintenance wise, look it up. It's all in the owner's manual. Everything's right there. So the owner's manual says to do oil changes whenever the oil service light tells you to do them. So there's an automatic oil life indicator, and that tells you when you need to change it. And even though the original oil from the factory here, this car was built in June of last year, even though I was on the original oil and only had 4,300 miles, and it's been like 10 months since the car was built now, even still the oil life indicator said I had 25% oil life left. And so I still just went ahead and changed it because, it doesn't hurt to really change it early either. But I think, doing 3,000 mile oil changes or at the first 1,000 miles is a little overkill. I know some people are worried about break-in oils and things like that. I don't think there is anything like that goes into modern Mustang engines. So I didn't have any worries about that. There seem to be, a lot more, the tolerances are a lot better than they used to be, I guess. And so it wasn't a concern of mine, and the car, thankfully, has been great. Now, I know some people with 2018s or 2019s say they do get like the ticking noises or some other weird noise arises after the first oil change. I have been OCD about listening to this car since I had the oil change done yesterday, like obsessively listening to see if there's any slight differences in sound to anything, and I don't think there is. It drives totally great, totally normal, everything seems fine. So thankfully, knock on wood, everything is good with my engine, and so I don't have any worries there. But yeah, running the normal 5W20 oil, the synthetic Motorcraft blend, not doing any kind of full synthetic, even though I love fully synthetic oils, and there's lots of great ones to choose from. Just to be on the safe side, I'm doing everything exactly the way Ford says to do it. That's really the only way to have true peace of mind as far as warranty and as far as what you want to have done. Now, Motorcraft does offer like a full-on synthetic, but again, the owner's manual doesn't call for that, so I'm not doing it. And so that's really it. Maybe after I get beyond the powertrain warranty, maybe I'll go to a full synthetic or something like that. I don't know. But in the meantime, doing everything by the book here. The only other little interesting thing that I have to talk about here in this update is my exhaust is flaking off. So the Bullitts have this unique black ceramic coating on the exhaust tips. It's also the same exact, it's called nitro plate coating that the Raptors have, the F-150 Raptor. And I noticed whenever I was doing a car wash here in the past couple of weeks, I was using a mitt to try and clean the exhaust pipes there, and it was flaking off. And I'm like, what the heck am I doing wrong? Like, I'm not like scrubbing hard. I wasn't using a power washer. I was just, using a normal hose in my driveway. I don't go OCD with, a million power washers or fancy tools. I just have a normal hose, normal wash mitts and stuff, and it was flaking off. And I'm like, what the heck? So I looked it up, and apparently there's a few Raptors. I think there was a magazine that had a Raptor as a long-term test vehicle, and theirs had flaking issues as well. I haven't seen any other Bullitt owners for 2019 complaining or talking about this yet, so maybe I'm the first one, or I just got a bad batch of exhaust tips or something. I'm not sure. It's not bad enough to bother me. I know it looks terrible whenever you stare at it, but I'm driving this vehicle, not taking it to world-class car shows, having it inspected, you know, so right now I just want to drive it. It's not something I'm super worried about. Maybe, you know, towards the middle of this summer, if I have some free time, then I might switch over, you know, and just go in for, you know, an appointment at my local Ford dealer and see. That should be something that's covered under warranty. If not, I mean, I can even just, you know, do like a spray paint, you know, type of like what they use for exhaust when you paint exhaust, like headers and stuff. Just use exhaust paint and just header paint the exhaust tips back to black if it really bothers me. They don't match perfectly on the driver's side there. That is a little bit annoying, but again, I'm not OCD, so I'm not worried about it just yet, but it is something I will, you know, make sure to you know, get fixed here at some point. But that's the only thing to mention that has been a little bit of a disappointment. You know, obviously I don't want to see it flake. I wish that they would be perfectly black and pristine still, since I've been taking care of the vehicle. It's only got 4,300 miles on it. So the exhaust flaking is the only bad thing I can say about this vehicle. Otherwise, I still love it. It still is a blast to drive, and I just I'm looking forward to all the driving I'm going to be doing in it here this year. And so yeah, but that's it as far as all my thoughts here on the Bullitt for this little update. So if any of you do own Raptors or know anyone that does, or if you've had this issue with your 2019 Bullitt, definitely leave me a comment below as to what you found, anything out about it. If you have found anything, I don't know if anyone's had those replaced by their dealer or had you know, any kind of other fixes for it or anything like that. Any kind of insight would be appreciated if anyone has encountered this. But anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care.